Chapter 4 A Painful Farewell. As the dust settled from David's shocking announcement, Melanie followed him into the small room he had been crammed in for so many years. The hard light from the hanging bulb fell upon David's face, casting long, melancholy shadows. Melanie studied him, her heart aching at the sight of her closest friend, her brother, preparing to leave. "David," she started to say, her voice trembling, reflecting the fear and sadness that wrestled within her. "You can't go. This is your home." David turned towards her. He was trying to look calm, but Melanie could see the sorrow in his eyes. "Mel," he said softly, "you know I don't belong here, just as well as I do. Not with Shiela treating me the way that she does." Melanie shook her head. "But David, we grew up together here, in this house. You're a part of this family as much as I am." David gave her a small, sad smile. "I wish that were true, Mel, but Shiela doesn't see it that way. To her, I'm nothing more than a servant or slave." Melanie felt a lump forming in her throat, her voice beginning to break. She swallowed hard, forcing the words out. "I know, David. I know, but it's not just about Mom. I don't want you to leave. You're my best friend, my family." David reached out, his hand gently squeezing hers. "I don't want to leave you either, Mel, but I can't stay in this house and continue living like this. I deserve better. We both do." Melanie looked at him, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "I know, you're right, you do deserve better. You deserve to be appreciated. But I appreciate you." Melanie saw how selflessly he took care of the home. He cooked most of their meals and tried to work whenever he could to help pay the bills. She had stood up for him every time her mom berated him, but it wasn't enough. She took a deep, shaky breath, her hand tightening around his. "And maybe you'd find that life somewhere else. Maybe you will be happier, but please promise me you'll come back once you've found what you're looking for. Promise me that you'll remember all the good memories, not just the bad ones." David nodded, and Melanie saw tears beginning to form in his eyes as they met hers. "I promise, Mel." They sat there for a while, lost in their thoughts, their hands still entwined. The room was silent, save for the soft rustle of the wind outside. It was a bittersweet moment, one that marked the end of an era. As David stood up to leave, Melanie pulled him into a hug. "Remember, David, no matter where you go, you will always have a family here. I will always be here for you," Melanie whispered. Finally, David pulled away, his eyes meeting hers one last time. "Goodbye, Mel," he whispered, his voice filled with sadness and resolve. With that, he turned and walked away. As she watched him disappear, a surge of emotions overwhelmed her. It was the end of her family, and a painful farewell. But in her heart, she knew it was the right thing for David. As much as it hurt, she had to let him go for his happiness and for the better life he deserved.